What I want to talk to you today is we all have some days where we feel like shit. To be honest, we all have days where we cannot persist, where something goes wrong, where something does not work out, and we are like, I'm so anxious, I'm so worried, I'm so, oh my god. You have all the kind of doubts, you have all the kind of fears, everything goes wrong, and you're like, how should I persist? How should I fucking keep in my persisting? How should I fucking be in my affirmation? Nothing's working out, I feel so anxious. Let's talk about exactly this feeling, because many of you knew this, and many of you have some shitty days, me myself as well. So, the first step is stop resisting it. Stop resisting it. I don't care what other coaches tell you about when you feel shitty, like, oh, push it away, you need to feel good every time. You don't need to feel good all the time. First, we need to stop resisting it. Whenever there's a feeling of anxious, something is not going quite right, something like this, we as human beings, we like to do like, oh, it's not working, oh my god, I feel so, oh my god, and we keep in the spiral of negative things. What you need to do is, as soon as you notice some anxiety, some fear comes up, you need to be like, I allow myself to feel this feeling. Really, feel into this feeling. Be like, I allow myself to feel this feeling. I'm allowed to feel every feeling that I want, that my body wants to have. Show this feeling, show this anxiety, show it love. And let me tell you why. Because many of you will be like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't want to show this fucking anxiety some love. Why should I show this anxiety love? This anxiety is your mind tries to keep you safe. Somewhere in your life you've been hurt in the past. Somewhere in your childhood you've been hurt in the same situation, and now your mind is like, when you think about this person, when you think about the circumstances, when you think about this job, your mind tries to keep you safe. Your mind says, this is dangerous, we got once hurt, we get once fired, our dad doesn't love us, our mom doesn't love us. So once in your life you get hurt somewhere, and your brain's now, this anxiety is just a warning saying like, keep attention, do not get hurt there again. So, what I want you to do is embody it, embrace it completely. Whenever this feeling came up, don't resist it. Don't try to push it away like, I don't want you, you're bad. Pushing it away. Be like, I embody it. I allow it to be here. Because this anxiety part, this feeling of anxiety, is literally a little child inside of yourself who's still living this version, who's like seeing this person and like, I'm so afraid that they're going to hurt me again. It's anxiety. It's not like something bad, something against you. It tries to show you where you do not feel safe. It tries to show you where your inner child does not feel safe still until this day. So what you really need to do is really, first step is embody this and say, hey, I allow myself to feel this feeling. Every feeling that comes up, no matter how bad it is, how much you want to resist it, how much you don't want to feel into this feeling, really keep being into this feeling and step into this and be like, I allow myself to really feel this feeling. I allow myself to step into this feeling and be with this feeling right now. Because what you do by this is you show your inner child that it's safe to be there. It is safe to be in this situation. It's safe to be there. It can trust you. By allowing it to be there, by allowing this anxiety to be there, you're like, here, I'm opening up. I'm completely free for you. I'm open up for you. You can be here. You can stay here. And by doing this, this little child feels safe and the anxiety will go away. It's not like you're pushing it like, oh, I don't want you, go away, and everything it leaves. It will leave when you accept it. When you say, hey, you're allowed to be here. I don't resist you. You're not bad. You're not shitty. Nothing. Tell this little child and really treat your anxiety. This is like as well like the first tip or even the main tip. Treat this anxiety or this fear as a little child. Don't be like, oh my god, it's so hard and everything is so bad and everything. No. See it as a little child that comes to you and say, I'm so afraid that this might happen. I'm so afraid that this and this and this might go wrong. Don't treat it like, oh my god, you're so bad, you're so negative, I don't want you, I hate you. This is what most people do with anxiety. We're like, I don't want this, I need to meditate, to breathe, it will go away. Nothing goes away by doing this. Nothing. So what you need to start doing, or what you need just to try, I don't say you need to do this, but this would help you immense. So what I want you to do is see this anxiety and fear as a little child. Whenever a doubt comes up, be like, oh, this is a cute child. Be like, I love you. Thanks for being here. You're safe with me. And really speak to this anxiety, speak to this doubt as if it's a little child. Like, you're safe with me. You can be here. You're allowed to stay. Because by it seeing that it's safe right now with you in this moment, it's like, okay, now I can relax. And your mind will relax. Your mind will say, okay, it's not dangerous anymore. You can handle it. And it will push the anxiety feeling down. It will eliminate this feeling of doubt, this feeling of fear, this feeling of not enough, or this feeling of anxious. Because what is anxiety? You're afraid of something to happen, that something might happen. And this something is somewhere you experienced it in the past, once again. So what you really need to do is to show yourself that, hey, I learned from this situation. I can handle it now. I feel safe now. And this anxiety is just your body and your mind's like, you're not safe. This happened before you get hurt. And you're like, thank you so much. I see the warning, but I can handle this now. You talk to your little child and say, hey, I can handle this right now. You're safe with me now. So really start seeing anxiety and fear and doubt as a completely different thing. Stop resisting and stop pushing it away and stop saying, hey, you're so bad, I don't want you to be here, and nothing. Embody yourself, embrace yourself, and say, hey, I love you. Have compassion for yourself. And the second thing that I really would like to recommend you is, whenever we get anxious, most of the time we start to beat ourselves up like, oh, this is something bad, we don't want this. We want to feel good all the time. The reality is, we're not going to feel good all the time. No matter how good all circumstances are, no matter how good the life is, we're still going to worry about something, or we're still going to have a bad day, or a day without energy. And why we have a bad day is because we label it as bad. This is the first point. But what I want you to say is, whenever you have a bad day, like you call it, what would you suggest to your child, to a best friend, to your partner? What would you say to them? Would you be like, don't be sad, don't be anxious, don't be fearful, don't be doubtful, don't have these emotions, be happy all the time? No, you would say, hey, it's okay that you feel this way. I love you. I still love you, and you're so important to me. I still want to spend time with you. I still love you. This is what your inner child, what you inside want in this moment. Whenever you have a bad day, like you woke up, you feel anxious, you're like, nothing is working, this whole shit, this whole manifestation, it's not working, nothing is fucking working, I hate my life right now, nothing is literally working, I'm anxious, I'm afraid, I'm scared, I'm pissed off, nothing is working. See this as a little child. Did I remember you right now as a little child? Like, I don't want this, I'm scared, I'm afraid, I don't want this, and everything. This is your inner child right now saying, hey, I don't feel good. It wants compassion for you. It wants love from you. It wants to see if it's safe with you now. It wants to open up to you and wants to see, hey, am I safe now with you? Are you there for me? Or do I still need to search for other people who makes me feel this way? Because whenever you want someone for you to feel good, this is actually, you want to feel good by yourself. You want someone else to give this feeling to you because you're not giving it to yourself. Start validating yourself. Start paying attention to yourself. And really start embodying and giving this love that you want from someone else. Because how would you want a partner to treat you? How would you want your SP to treat you? Would you want them to say, get your shit together and don't cry today? Or would you want them to be like, hey, it's okay, here you can have a cup of tea, I have brought you some chocolate, it's okay, I still love you, let's, I don't know, watch a movie today and just relax and everything is okay. Do you want the first version or do you want the second version? So why are you treating yourself like this second version? Does it make sense? No, I don't think so. And this is reality, it does not make sense. So really stop beating yourself up. I know there are really some days which are really overwhelming, which you feel like completely crap. And these days, you need to have the most love for yourself. It's easy to love yourself when everything is right, when everything feels good, and you're like in this flow, high energy, your affirmations are working, you're like, I'm this goddess, I'm this king, I'm this queen. It's easy to love yourself then. It's really easy. But what is hard and what you need to start doing to really get what you want is love yourself on the hard days. Because you want a partner to love you on the hard days and not to like, oh, you have a bad day? Oh, for example, you had a period. I'm leaving. I will be back in a week. Figure it out by yourself. I'll be back. And leave. You don't want this. Why are you giving it to yourself like this? Why are you treating yourself like, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow when you have a great day. You are not allowed to have a bad day. And then you wonder when you have a partner or when you have a SP, you wonder why when you feel shitty, they are leaving your reality. Whenever you feel like, oh, I'm not worthy of this, everything, they're leaving your reality. Does that make sense? I think yes. So, have compassion, have love for you. Really, especially when you feel shitty, when you feel doubtful. Really, in this moment, don't beat yourself up. Don't say how shitty you are, how bad you are, how things are not working out for you. No, We don't do this anymore. We don't do this. I know this is the way we learned from parents, we learned from wherever, but this is not the way we're going to continue to treat ourselves. Whenever you feel shitty, embrace yourself and say, hey, I love you. What do you want to do? What's one thing that you love to do? And really get there. Because as you start treating yourself with compassion, with love, even on the shitty days, even on the days where nothing works out, first, it will still work out. Second, everyone is you pushed out. So once you start treating yourself with compassion, with love, with respect on these bad days, and you stay on these bad days with yourself, everyone else is going to stay with you. Everyone else wants to be in your life, will want to be in your life when you feel shitty. They won't leave your life and be like, figure it out by yourself. I'm coming back in a week when you feel better. So you start reprogramming, you start mirroring, like when you smile in the mirror, this mirror smiles back. So start smiling at yourself, start loving yourself, and then everyone else, like the mirror, will love you back. See what makes sense? And stop beating yourself up when you have a shitty day. Thank you so much for watching this today. I hope this really helped you, and let me know in the comments. I hope to see you in another